we never want to imply, we didn't just make up this number. We researched this. We documented this. We've evaluated this. This isn't something we made up.
So I turn to you to see in me what keeps me strong, what sets me free. Only you, only you.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Looking forward to continuing on with our series, Words to Avoid. And where are we? We're in New York. All right, beautiful Statue of Liberty. Nice background for us today. Coming back to the United States after a trip around the world. Before we get started, let's do the important part. Let's find out who won our trivia from last week. The prize was one of those sleepy things you put on your face. I still don't know what they're called. Eye covers or something like that. And the question had to do with sleep. Makes sense, right? And the question was, according to Science Daily, sleep-deprived people tend to do what? Make negative decisions with an aversion to risk-taking, make positive but unrealistic decisions, or make no decisions at all. And the answer was make positive but unrealistic decisions. Okay, if you're interested, look it up, okay, and read it. Read why. I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, that was the answer. And, as a matter of fact, let me read this. We do know the answer. See, my crews, they got my back. They're giving me the information. Scientists showed using functional MRI that a night of sleep deprivation leads to increased brain activity in brain regions that assess positive outcomes, while at the same time, this deprivation leads to decreased activation in the brain areas that process negative outcomes. There you go. See, you thought this was a claims negotiation class when in fact it's a physiology and anatomy and brain study and neurology class. So there you go. All right, let's get to work here. Congratulations to our three winners. You were the first three people to send me the correct answer, and you are going to get that prize. So just don't wear it at work, okay? Wear it in the break room, but don't wear it at work. All right, we've been talking about gaining credibility and words to avoid. And we're still going back to this paragraph. Mr. Jones, I had a chance to take a look at your file and came up with a value of about $30,000, which you feel is fair. Be willing to make an initial offer of $30,000. I can only pay $3,000 for your lost wages. Here's what I'm going to do. Before I continue on, back in negotiation number 3, I played a clip of me interacting with Ms. Vader, showing you basically how some of our words can come off. I want to show it to you again, just in case you don't have a chance to go back and look at number 3. I'm going to show it to you right now again. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello, is this Ms. Vader?
This is Ella.
Hi, Ella. This is Carl Van. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I wanted to talk to you about the value of your claim, if you have a few minutes.
Yeah, I have a couple minutes.
Good. I've got the number together. Before I give you the number, I just want to mention a couple things. First of all, claims is a very easy job. I really want to let you know that. We don't work very hard in claims. We don't do any real research. We're too lazy. That's why we like this job, because it's such an easy job. You know what we do here in claims? We make up numbers. That's all we do. We just sit around and make up numbers. And that's what I did in your case. I completely made up a number. I don't have any confidence in it whatsoever, okay? Because I didn't do any real research, because I'm too lazy. And as a matter of fact, if I had to guess, I'm going to guess that it's probably too low. But I'm also guessing enough you're dumb enough to take it because you won't know any better, okay? So what I'm going to do is give you this number I completely made up, have no confidence in, and have you take it because you don't know any better. But before I do that, let me mention something else. Your claim in particular is unimportant to me. I almost didn't even get to it. You're just lucky we had a slow week. I worked on the way to the potluck lunch, okay? So just be glad we had a slow week, all right? Because I have a lot more important things to work on than your claim. So what I'm going to do is give you this number, completely made up, have no confidence in, probably too low, and watch you take it because you don't know any better, all right? Even though you're the least important file I have on my desk, that's what's going to happen. All right, so you ready for the number? $30,000. How's that sound? Okay, So that wouldn't be a very good way to explain something to a customer, right? But as I pointed out, the words we tend to use do a lot of that. I talked about willing to, offer and took a look at, and now I want to talk about the next one, came up with.
Don't say it.
Yeah, we came up with $30,000. Came up with it. Let me ask you this. What does the phrase came up with quite literally mean? And I do mean literally. It means we made it up. It came up with it. We made it up. Yeah, we came up with it. Yeah, we came up with $30,000. Grew right out of the ground. 30,000 grew up right out of the ground. 40,000 grew up, but that flew away. We couldn't get that. But we got 30,000 because we came up with it.
Who came up with that one?
You know, we don't want to tell people we just make up numbers. A lot of people already believe that, okay? Because we tell them that we took a look at their file, okay? But we never want to imply we didn't just make up this number. We researched this. We documented this. We've evaluated this. This isn't something we made up, okay? It's an actual value that we've determined that the case is worth. So instead of saying that we came up with it, I would use phrases like our analysis determined that it's worth $30,000. The review of your claim determined it's worth $30,000. We've evaluated your claim at $30,000. There's lots of, paraphrases or euphemisms you can throw in that basically say the same thing, but just stay away from came up with. You don't want to use a phrase that basically tells people you made this up.
Don't say it.
Okay, and unfortunately, that's what a lot of people already think that we do. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the phrase we came up with, and we've determined the value. All right? And sometimes people ask, well, how did you determine that? Okay, fine. Then you're going to have to tell them. Tell them what research we did. Tell them what background information we got. Show them a report that we used. If we determine the value of your car is $30,000, we probably have a CCC report. If we're determining the value of their bodily injury is worth $30,000, because we tend to look at other cases with similar injuries and medical records. That's how we determine it. Whatever it is, someone might ask you, well, how'd you determine that? Okay, but at least they're asking how we determined it, not how we made it up. So we're going to stay away from that phrase from now on, without a doubt. We're going to stay away from we came up with, because we don't want to imply that we just made up numbers. Not with all the work we put in. And I've said it before, you work hard. Take some credit for the work you do. Don't imply to customers you don't work very hard, that we just make up numbers here. Let them know that this is the result of an effort made to make sure we're fair, which is exactly what our job is, which is exactly what we should strive to do at all times, to be fair. And this is the number that's fair. All right? Okay, we still got more to go, so you're not off the hook yet. As always, give me a call, email me. I'll answer any questions you got, go over any information you have, and I'll even role play with you if you'd like. All right, our next trivia prize sponsored by our friends at Latitude is a Beatles t-shirt. Even if you're not a Beatles fan, who couldn't use a Beatles t-shirt? And yes, you will be able to determine what size. So if you win this prize, I'll send you an email asking you what size you want, and you're going to get it. Since our prize has to do with the Beatles, why not have a trivia question about the Beatles? And this is called Time for Beatles. All right, according to Rolling Stone magazine. Now again, I told you before why I like saying where I got my information, so I can't get in trouble if it's wrong, but it's probably right. According to Rolling Stone magazine, at 8 minutes and 22 seconds, it is the longest song the Beatles ever recorded. Was that Hey Jude, Let It Be, or Revolution Number 9? Those are your options. Send me an email. First 3 people you're going to get a Beatles t-shirt. I promise you. It's going to show up in the mail, and it's going to be just your size. I promise you. Okay? All right. As always, thank you. And it's been a pleasure, and we will look forward to our next phrase or word you never want to use when you're negotiating claims. There's more to come. See you soon.
This guy somehow didn't notice the giant frickin' mattress lodged under his car. Oh well, guess it's coming for a drive now.
right, well, if you like these videos, please hit the like button. Also, please subscribe. And if you would like to be notified when we do put up a new video, please choose the All button under Notifications.
Welcome to our fun claims unit. We make new friends every day. We are always smiling and happy. Where our work just seems like play. Welcome to our fun claims unit. We make new friends every day. We are always smiling and happy. Where our work just seems like play. Welcome to our unit.